Fake news is a very broad and catchy term that has been really used now very widely all over the world. And I think on many aspects, it just now became a kind of communication tool. It's a slogan, not so much something describing a reality. But when we try to look at what really is understood by fake news, I see three main realities that should be kind of dissociated from the term fake news. The first one is what we usually call disinformation, which means a really organized, deliberate campaign of spreading false information with a specific target at harming some opposition or people with whom one disagrees. So that's one aspect. The other one is what we call misinformation, which can be either interpreted as a kind of honest mistake, so people or institutions spreading false information without realizing that they are false. But some scholars also interpret misinformation as a deliberate spreading of a false information. So people know that the information is a false one, but it's not targeting any group, so there is no harm. So that's usually how fake news are understood, either as a kind of misinformation or disinformation. But my interpretation, my point is that we should also bring into the discussion the question of interpretation, right? Because very rarely a news is only a purely descriptive fact that can be either true or false. Very often a news is an interpretation of a fact. And in that case, it's very sometimes difficult to dissociate if the news is kind of true or fake, because it can be just a question of interpretation or the location of the interpreter on the different cultural context in which it can be interpreted. And I think that's what makes this allegation of fake news sometimes a very difficult term to use for scholars.